always had a flame or a spark or an interest and a passion for music. Ever since I was a little girl, I would always just sing around the house. I'd always dance. I'd always just like sing along to all my favorite Disney songs. I'd do all the dialogue. I would like I was a very very animated kid, and I'm still animated now, but yeah, I don't think I've ever had a time where music and the arts hasn't been a passion of mine.
What kind of music inspired you? Like, who are some of your favorite artists that you listened to that even when you were growing up that you listened to and you just felt inspired by that?
So I grew up with a lot of R&B and soul. I have my dad to thank for that. I used to love to listen to old jazz records and old R&B and soul. Like I loved Gladys Knight growing up. I love Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Nancy Wilson. Um, Now that I'm older, like I have other artists that really really inspire me, like Janelle Monáe and Lizzo. Um, but for me, like I personally, I have an old soul, so like it's just something about those artists that just spark something in me, you know? Hmm. I kind of just find inspiration anywhere. I don't really write that often, but when I do, oftentimes it's when I'm sitting outside and I'm listening to the wind blow, or I'm inside and I'm like listening to the rain on the window, or I have a certain thought that's just circulating in my mind. Um and it just kind of leads me to write lyrics down, and then words flow, and then a melody flows, and that's kind of where that's kind of how my songwriting process.
When you are in your zone and in your space, or you're performing, or you've done something, and when you look back at it, how much reflection do you give back to yourself in terms of like saying to yourself, oh, well, should it be that way? What do you do in that point? Talk to me about that.
Oh my goodness. I am a perfectionist. Like I'm a perfectionist. Like if I'm gonna get something done, I have to get it done perfectly. So um I will analyze the hell out of my work. I try and make sure that like what I am doing is the best that it can be. And I'll look back at my videos and I'll think like, oh, I was flat there. Oh, that could have used more emotion. That could have been this. This could have been that. Like I'm very, very analytical of myself. And it used to be really stifling, and it used to be really harmful to myself because it led me to believe that I wasn't good enough to enter into the world that I wanted to enter into. And so because of that, I didn't like listening to myself. So I would never look at any of my performances. I would never uh record myself or like let people play like my videos while I was in the room. Being analytical in a healthy way has helped me to become a better artist.
Great.
Like now, like when I look back at video, see, and for me, it's such a huge step that I can actually look at my videos now, because I thought that there was shame in mistakes. When I realized that not everything has to be perfect and not everything has to go the way that you think it should go, it makes things so much easier. It honestly frees up my performances because, if I can make a mistake, like watch me go, like watch me go. And honestly, it feels good making mistakes because in those mistakes I find things that I never knew I could even do. So like I'll look back at my videos and sometimes, like I'll be like, oh, like that sounded weird, or like I don't know why I made that face there. But sometimes I'll look and I'll be like, oh, I like that. I'm gonna keep doing that, like so yeah, learning that there is no shame in making mistakes, there's no shame in embarrassing yourself, there's no shame in not being perfect all the time. um Really, really helped me to be more confident in myself and in my art.
I think it's brilliant because I think it would help every creative person to be able to, transition to that journey because we are hard on ourselves. We always look and say, oh, could have been done better, which is a brilliant thing to do. With, the pandemic happened and all these things are happening and, we moved into 2021. What do you think you learned about yourself from coming out of 2020 to where you are now? If you could say, wow, I'm reflecting, I learned this about me, what would that be?
That's a really tough question to answer because there's a lot that I've learned about myself. I have learned that I'm a lot stronger than I think I am. I have learned that I can handle things that I never thought I would be able to handle. I can let things go that I never thought I would be able to let go of that don't serve me. I have learned that even though I am down for a period of time, I can get back up again, no matter how hard it is. I've just learned so much about myself and my own resilience. And I'm learning how to be proud of myself as well.
When you talk to young people out there and they want advice or they want to do what you do, or they're like, how'd you do that? How'd you get where you're going? What are some things you share with them? What do you tell them?
Do not let other people influence your art. Absolutely not. Because as soon as you let other people into your art, your craft, it's not your art anymore. So stay true to what stay true to who you know you are
Mm.
and stand firm in that truth. A lot of times in this industry, like it's really, really easy to mold yourself into an image that other people want to see. But honestly, before you even think about going to this into this industry, you need to ask yourself, who do you want to be? What kind of art do you want to put out? It doesn't matter if it's popular or not. It doesn't matter if it ends up a TikTok trend or like ends up on the billboards or whatever, like if you want to create art, then put it out and stand firm in what is yours. I would want to be a voiceover actress. I've always been interested in voiceover work. I would also love to be in TV and film. For a long time, my goal was also Broadway, and it's still a goal of mine. Um, I think for me, in general, my goal is to be and in the TV and film animation scene. It's called ChristinaJones.com. It has my album on it that I'm collaborating with Kimiko Ishizaka, and it's up for pre-order, and the album is coming out in June. So I'm really, really excited for that. Yeah, so I post a lot on my Instagram. My Instagram handle is Christina Jones Official. I also post a little bit on TikTok, and my TikTok is underscore Christina Jones. And I also have a Facebook page, and that's just Christina Jones. um, but yeah, that's where you can find me. I'm mostly on Instagram, um, and I do a lot of fun stuff on there. So come check me out.